weekend, well, last week, hectic week. My coffee. Oh, wait and see if anybody gets in here tonight. A lot of great stuff going on here, though, with all the less lethal stuff. A lot of fun this week. Um, Testing out those new chamber caps from Home Defense 20, or the tuning chambers, whatever you want to call them. Oh, just a lot of fun with that. And it's been very, very interesting. I'm sure if guys pop on tonight, we'll talk about some of those. Hey guys, how's everybody? People starting to fill in. Sorry I wasn't here last week. Some weeks are a little crazy. Hey Max. No, Max is at work. Hey Bandit, how you doing? All good. I'm gonna give Max a call after. Max is working tonight. Me and Max work together. Hey Rick, how's everything? Thanks for the like. Crazy week with all the less lethal stuff. Really good. So I got those tuning chambers in. I could talk a little bit about them tonight. I really like them. They're really cool. Everybody wanted them, so I ran out of them really quick. Hey Brandon. So I got an order going, and I have a bunch more on the way. They'll be here this week. Hey Tac Fam, how you doing, buddy? Scott, how's everything? Yeah, I'm glad to be back too. I missed you guys last week. Sometimes the weeks are a little wonky and stuff, depending on what my family and everything. But yeah, so I'm also having, I want to do the live. Oh, that would be great. Tac Fan, if you know how to do that where we can like combine it, or I got to ask Angela how we do it together and have two windows, I'd love to do that, man. I think that would be so much fun. I'm definitely down. Let's try to reach out to each other this week and see if we could do that. That would be a whole lot of fun to do. I think you've done it before with other guys, so you probably know how to do it. So you might have to walk me through it. If you message me on Messenger, I'll send you my phone number, and then we can talk about it if you don't have my phone number already, and we'll figure out how we're going to do that. But I ordered a bunch of barrels for the HDP 50 to cut them down and make them for the BP 50 plus extension kits. So they should be here this week too. All you have to let me know is when you have the free time scheduled to do. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely have the free time. You could do it, shoot for trying for it for next week. That'd be pretty cool. So I think that'd be neat. But yeah, so this week was great. I got a lot of great numbers with the Pistelli and that chamber cap, but I'm noticing, so they make two caps for the back. One has a big hole, one has a small hole. The one with the small hole does better with the CO2. And I think the reason that is because the last two or three shots, the numbers stay a little bit higher. So I would stick with the smaller hole on the chamber if you're going to run it as a handheld pistol launcher, not a carbine. So X68 call. Yeah, it was crazy. I only put an 8-inch barrel on that, and I was getting like 100 and something joule. I don't think I have the paper yet, but yeah, it was like 112 or 117 joule with an 8-inch barrel. It was great. And I ran that AR Tacticals 9CI tank in the back. That thing cleaned out, and those is shimmed to 1,000 psi. They're not 850. But I know if you go like over 1,100, then you have problems with the rings and stuff in the Pistelli. So you want to stay at that 1,000 psi. But 112 joules, 100 and something joules, that's perfect. I mean, that's doesn't get much better than that. Yeah. Yeah, like 120. It might have been at one of them, might have been 120. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, if you're up around that 117, 120, whoever gets hit with that, dude, they're gonna know what hit them. That's just they might not know what hit them. That thing is crazy. And I saw Ballistic Joel took that Burn a 61 cal, and that thing I said it too. I had Ariel shoot me a couple of weeks ago next to the Bob, and it was brutal, man. I really it was vicious. And now that Joel confirms it and DK confirms it, it's crazy stuff. It really is. 1100 is definitely the sweet spot, and I have one. Wow, 165 joules. Woo! That's insane. Didn't you get Brandon? Didn't you get 100 joules or something before with the CO2 also? I thought I saw something, a video or something before 100 joules with CO2. You were getting some crazy numbers with that stuff. I just stopped a guy in the other night. Wow, what were you using? Were you using the Pistelli Tac Fam that you hit him with 49 joules, or were you using like a FSC? That's crazy. I really like the 61 caliber chemical round though for the chemicals. I think it's perfect. Even that, like you could even use the 50 cal now that we see that it affects so many people around you. Uh, Monster. Um, yeah, 110 with 12 grams. Wow. I have the video. Yeah, I was looking at, I thought I saw it before. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's pretty wild. 110 joules. God. I'm telling you, this, I think the best launcher out there, in my opinion, no doubt, is this X68. It's oh, Tipex Uzi. Whoa. Nice. So you hit him with the Tipex Uzi at 49 joules. He went down, I bet, with that. One to the head, one to the body, and he dropped. I'm sure he did at 49 joules. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, you got to go check out Brandon's channel. It's really good. He's doing a lot of good shooting stuff and a lot of good testing. It's another one of those really good channels with no nonsense. So you ever get the carry working for you? I'm not even going into, I wish I could talk about it. I'm not even getting into that. Supposedly, it's fixed again and it's on the way back, and hopefully everything is good. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm just not even going down that road. What's yeah. And I saw your video. You had it come. Yeah. In the yeah. I got to see that Uzi you got going on. That's good. Oh. When I hit a minute, she keeps on lower back and his ribs, and he dropped. Wow, that's crazy, dude. So 49 joules is going to drop somebody. That's great. That is awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't use anything under like 30 joules for kinetic. I would only use chemicals because you don't know. Somebody may not. I mean, I do think a face shot with 29, 30 joules is going to definitely do something. But 49 joules, that thing's got to. It could break ribs and stuff. Yeah. Is doing the numbers right now. Have shown that the ultimate and defense. Yeah, I'm loving these new 10 gram rounds from AR Tactical. They're really, 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 really sweet. So there, I have them right here with me next to me. I've been testing everything with the 10 gram rounds, and the numbers I'm getting are really, really good. I'm really proud of tonight. Tonight when I went out, I had to go for a walk, and I took the dog and through the forest, and I had both the X68, and I had the Byrna CL with me, and I had the Byrna CL wrapped up with those little 61 cal rounds. After that video, I trust carrying that thing for chemicals only. I have no problem carrying that thing. I don't know if I'm doing the best. The Intrabuster is a little different than the Pistelli 68. Oh, that's another thing I want to touch on. I'm having an issue. If you have an Intrabuster, which I don't think many people do, which is good, those caps don't really work good on my Intrabuster. I'm getting tons of leaks when I try to put it on the Intrabuster, but I'm not having any issues when I put it on the Pistelli. I may have had one issue with the Pistelli, but they don't give you an O-ring that goes over it. They just give you two replacement O-rings that are on there. I put the O-ring, one of the spare O-rings on, and it solved all my issues when I did that. So I'm not sure if down the road they're going to offer more O-rings or anything, but I found putting an O-ring on the back helped me out immensely. And the cap is definitely different on the Intrabuster than the 68 because I tried taking the 68 stock cap and putting it on my Intrabuster, and same thing. I had it's slightly smaller, so I don't think that they're exactly the same. So he had a knife. Wow, went to his face, hit him right in the cheek, and when it spun him, had him right in the lower right side of his back. Oh God, he must have really felt that. Yeah. AR tactical rounds are the best, man. They're all pretty much, spot on, maybe by a point of a gram difference, but they're all 100% spot on. And I won't tell if something doesn't work for me, I won't discuss it. Hence some products I'm not discussing tonight or bringing up. But yeah, if a product, if I have a lot of issues with something, until it proves me otherwise, I'm just not gonna, talk about it or anything. Yeah. Hey Pete, how are you? Yeah, and AR Tactical, all of his stuff has been great. I talked to him on the phone, and he's just a very nice guy and down to earth. And all of his products that I've gotten from him, everything has worked really nicely so far, and I'm really loving his rounds. And I think the new Pistelli 68s, these Gen 2s, they're really great. It's that's definitely my favorite launcher out there right now. We'll see what happens with the other stuff that's coming out there. I want to try that new one John has, John Reynolds, that Umarex one, and the new one from MCS Combat Sports, that AR looking one, the 68. That looks pretty cool. I might want to get one of them. I think that if that has 30 joules out of the box, I would use that as a chemical round one. It could be pretty cool. The police arrested him, and he was sitting on the ambulance with the. I can imagine. It probably blew up like a balloon. Oh my God. I don't know. Yeah. Yes. Nice. Brand. Yeah. He has some really nice, um, you know, uh, AR style launches there. I think he has some pretty cool stuff too. Yeah. The VKS is going to be great. You're going to love it. I never had one, but I shot DKs a few times when I went over. It was a lot of fun. Crossman made a Colt 1911 lookalike in 50 cal. No kidding. That's freaking awesome. I have to go on there and check that out. If Colt made a 50 cal 1911, that means it will shoot 50 cal chemical rounds. I gotta have that thing. That means it'll fit my 1911 because that's my thing. I'm a 1911 guy. I love my 1911. You have new tear gas rounds with steel ball in the middle. I don't know. I know they got those tear gas ball, but when you put the steel ball in them, then you lose in volume of tear gas, I would think. So I'm not sure if I mean I have to try and maybe it would be better. Maybe I'll have less volume, there'll be less cross contamination. I don't know. But yeah, I was thinking that too. Hey Jarrell, how you doing? Everyone better than missing. Yes, definitely. I can't wait to go check out Rune Rebel's new Crossman 50 cal. That's pretty sweet. I begged all the companies to make new ones a few years ago. Yeah, they really should. Yeah. So that's my thing for tonight, is to investigate this new Colt 1911 50 cal. And I just paid down my credit card. My wife's going to kill me. Plus, I'm looking at another motorcycle. I don't have money for another motorcycle. She's gonna murder me this week. But and I got to get work done on my motorcycle. I want to get her a motorcycle. She just got her license, so I want her to go riding, but she don't want me spending any money. If you're using chemical, having a metal ball D10 purpose takes up chemical. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Brandon. I'm thinking if you have the metal ball in there, it's going to just take up. What I think is better is putting the metal filings in there, like in the Grimberg Kinetics. I think that's a good idea because now you have that it dispersed in there and it gives it a little weight. I think that was a smart idea. New Colt has 7 shots too. Yeah, that's kind of like what a real Colt. That's what a real so most of the new 1911s today, the real 1911s, they usually carry 8 rounds. But they used to. Some of them are like the originals. They were a 7-round magazine. So 7 rounds of 50 cal. And if you use these ones from what's it called? Home Defense 24, the ones I got, I'm going to start bringing them in. They're the same as the Byrna Max. They have the CS in them. And I shot one the other day. I think you saw the quick video I did. I just shot one in my Byrna HD in the Byrna that I have. Dude, that thing was just one. I wanted to do 2 or 3. I couldn't do more than one. I was done after that. OC and tear gas. Yeah, it's you. I think if you make the ball and mix the tear gas, the OC, and metal filings to give it weight, then you have that impact that you need. That's the way to go. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be that guy that TAC Fam hit the other night with 49 joules. Could you imagine that? Oh my God! Hey, Black Powder Papa, how are you? What's good? What's going on with you tonight? Yeah, I was hoping he would come in here. I like when he comes in too. You got to remember, I've also had to use pepper rounds. And how did you? What pepper? Okay, TAC Fam. What pepper rounds did you use? And did the ones that you used, did you find them effective? Did they work? I had 2 teeth removed. Oh God. Now I'm just trying to baby myself. Yeah, I hope they gave you something good to take for the pain for that. That's that throbbing. That's horrible. Oh man. Yeah. The mouth is always the worst. Like like certain things you just can't function good. Like a bad headache, a toothache, a bad stomach ache. Those are the 3 things you can't. Nausea, no, throwing up and stuff. You just can't. I honestly felt people all. I honestly tell people all the time. Remember, given the face a taste is a way different from demonstration that yeah, giving the face a taste is different. 100%. Nobody wants to. Oh my God. That's nuts. Chew 2 cloves of garlic for 7 days. That'll keep the wife away too. You might get a little break. Although I wouldn't want to break from my old lady. I'd miss her driving me nuts. But if she does drive me nuts, I'm going to do the 2 cloves a day and keep her away. They're like vampires anyway. They suck the energy out of you. So it's the same thing. The worst pain ever for sure. Yeah, toothaches are horrible. Headaches, and I can't stand. Like I used to try to go on those fishing boats out to sea, and I get so seasick sometimes. And that was just like the worst. Yeah, the worst. Oh, cloves, the spice, not cloves of garlic. All right, so cloves, the spice. That won't keep my old lady away. She'd like that smell. Yeah, but I might try starting to do cloves of garlic if I want to keep her at bay. That's for sure. That's what I'll do. I'll buy the Colt 1911 50 cal. I'll get myself a new to me motorcycle, and then I'll take the garlic so she can't come near me to yell at me and do anything or beat the crap out of me, and until it settles down. That's what I'm gonna do. So don't do. Oh my God, root canal. God forbid. Pull it and behind. Yeah, Angelo went last week for a procedure he had to get done, but it wound up not being as bad as they thought, and they didn't have to do it. Anybody who's accidentally been poked in the eye before, just imagine a pepper round hitting you. Yeah, I can only imagine. The Yeah, it wouldn't matter what the caliber is. Yeah, especially if it breaks here and you get that dust directly in your eye. It's horrible. Yeah. Are they not available in this oh, couldn't find it in the US yet. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But I thought Crossmans were made in the US. That's the most bizarre thing. Or did they have like a plant outside the US? It's so bizarre. You know? Well, I hope they do bring. It seems like all this cool stuff is made over there first. I'm still waiting on my six needler. I'm so excited for that thing. I know me and DK are both waiting for that thing. That's going to be awesome. I already been talking to Airgun Ninja Rick about stuff for the six needler for weeks now. We've been coming up with well, he's been coming up with ideas and telling me about them. I looked for it last night and no luck. Yeah, I wonder if those BP50s are back in stock too. Those look, if they make a 1911 50 cal, especially if you could change out the grips and do stuff to it, dude. I just hope it's not a. I guess is if it's a blowback, is it going to be 5 joules? I got to watch Rune's video. I mean, if it's like their other Umarex ones, that's going to be kind of sucky. But like the 43s, but at least it'll shoot a 50 cal chemical round, so that would be pretty cool. But you got me all excited for this because boy, I would definitely switch to a 50 cal 1911 chemical round launcher. That would be that's the bee's knees. I've been thinking about grabbing one of those, but I sold off most of my 50. You know, this new BP50 is really, really cool. I like it a lot, and I ordered a bunch of barrels for the HDP 50, and they'll be here this week, and I'm going to turn them down on the lathe. I did it for mine. I can't show you on here because you can't show them when you do the live, but it works great. But I also ordered the extension barrel. If you use the Home Defense 24 50 cal chemical rounds, they're brutal. The 50 and the 68, they're just like the ones DK tried yesterday. They have the CS in them. I use them, and I'm telling you, the BP50 is great. That thing is fantastic. It's the baby uh, X68. It's really good with chemicals. That's a really affordable. If somebody can only has like $99 to get something, man, get that BP50 and you can really do a lot of good stuff with that. A couple little mods. I have to put those little followers up. Uh, well, may the followers break, you have a couple of them. They're cheap, and you just. I heard the magazine has been improved on it too. Somebody ordered a second one, and they said the magazine was different. I think it was Air Guns Anonymous, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the website says greater than 17 joules. That would be awesome. If they have a 15, 20 joule 1911 chemical launcher, oh my God, that'd be Christmas for me right then and there. I'd be good to go. I probably wouldn't want anything else after that. I'm just a pistol guy. I'm not really a rifle guy. I see a lot of rifles out there, but even real rifles, I just don't. I'm not big into hunting, and I just don't. I like it for carrying for self defense. So I mean, I know I make these carbines with the X68, and I have to be honest with you. I love a lot of the other launchers out there. I love the VKS. I love the M17 and the new Milsig that they came out with, but I just can't see anything better, even in a carbine form, than the six. I mean, the hundred and plus joules that thing. None of those others are hitting consistently with that power like the Pistelli X68. So for me to even think about those and spend that amount of money, I just rather have a bunch of different carbine. Just keep making 68s. It's just it's and it's such an easy launcher too. maintain and do work on. It's not very complicated. The detents are easy. They're right there. You could probably even swap. That's another test I want to do. I want to see if I could find little balls the same size as the detents in the X68 and make metal detents out of them. You could probably get little magnetic balls or little metal balls and put them in there that instead of those uh, polypropylene ones or whatever they are. That would be pretty cool. Remember we talked about the 100%. It was about 3, 4 weeks ago. Me and Airgun Ninja Rick, I was working. We were talking in the car, and he said the same thing to me. If they could make a less lethal launcher the size of a 1911, he called this about a month and a half ago, and I said the same thing because it's so slim and so it doesn't even have to be 68 cal. It could be 50, 62 or whatever, 61. It could be 50 cal with chemical rounds and or steel or aluminum ball. That thing is gonna be great. And if it has a CO2 system in the magazine, I don't know because I didn't see this thing yet. But if it does, where you could just take out the magazine and put another one in with CO2, it's going to be the bee's knees. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great, great launch. I'm super, super excited. I've seen some at 11 joules and more at 20, all in Europe. I'm okay. Listen, like I'm okay 10 joules for chemical rounds. It's total like I those SDs and the HDs from Burner and the CL. The cloud dispersal with 10, 11 joules is wonderful. Sometimes with those heavier joules, it kind of embeds in you. So if you're going to use chemicals, I think using a little less power is better. That's why if I did get one of those um, MCS 60, the 60 rifles, I'd leave it at 30 joules. I wouldn't even modify because nothing's going to be like the X60. You're not going to get 100 joules out of that. But I would leave it at that, reliable, and just load it up with the CS balls. That's it. CO2 insertions is backwards. I like it has always been in there. Okay. All right. I'm going to go on his channel later tonight before bed, and I'm going to definitely take a look at it. I'm looking to hear noise over there. Odin is basking himself on his shelf. He's just hanging there. Try to give you a view of him if I could. Why is in the way? Where is he? He's hanging out up here. Come on, buddy. Let's see. Trying to get the. He's right up top here. Over here. And he's hanging there. He's about 4 feet now. He's doing pretty good. I gave him a rat the other day, and he's been just chilling and behaving himself. Although I think he made a little bit of a mess in his cage tonight. I gotta clean that later. Small angle, and it was still quick. Okay, good. As long as it's a quick pierce, that's all I like the whole quick pierce thing. I don't mind doing that, smack it on somebody or something. I like that because you could still use one hand. You can hold off the person and still engage it on something if you had to. I think the quick pierce is not as bad as people complain. I think it's a really good idea. Even if it's in a holster and you got to whack it quick and get it out, there's a lot of cool things. Whatever they come up with, have a punch piece. I love that. Maybe make them short. Yeah, that would be pretty cool too. Any special instruction installing the tuning chamber? I still haven't tried to. All right, so I can't show you the launcher because they'll cut me off here, but you might have to play around with it. I some of them fit right in and go right in. Other launchers, I had to go to the X68, the little clear box that comes with the O-rings, and I took one of those orange O-rings or pink O-rings for the regular cap, and I slipped it on there, and then I cranked down on it, and that seemed to solve the issue. On one of them, the little the little like piece that sticks out, there's a little black O-ring on that. I had to replace that also with one of the orange O-rings from the kit. You might have to do that. So if you get like a leak right away, don't be like, oh my God, this is the end of the world. Play around with it a little bit. Put an O-ring or two, crank it down really good, and you should be fine. The only thing I'm questioning about is like when I put it on and I'm shooting with CO2, when you shoot that thing, you hear and feel like a vibration inside of it, like real power. And I don't know how long you can leave that thing gassed up for. Like if you gas it up and something goes, the ball is coming out of there and it's gonna, don't aim it at anything except the ground or the target or the thing you're looking to destroy. Because seriously, if you puncture that and it's pointing towards a person or towards a television or a computer, that's it. You're going to do damage. And it'd be worse if it's a person. God forbid that hit them in the head. It's all, I kind of slowed myself down because I try to take really serious firearm precaution, especially not that any firearm is safe, but especially that I use a 10 millimeter and I'm applying everything I use with that to this new X68. There have been times me and Angelo were not paying attention in the room working on it, and we got a hole in the wall. And that, but that's when it was like, 30, 40, 50 joules, which is still bad. But now with 100 joules, there's no way. I lock the door so nobody can walk in the room when I'm using it. And it's aimed right at the trap when I engage it. Because God forbid somebody walks in when that, or the dog comes in or whatever. Just, I don't know how strong these O-rings are and how you puncture it, fire it. That's all I can say. If you have to use it in self-defense, that's another thing, we don't think about. You're in the heat of the moment. Let's say you use that like TacFam did and you shoot it 2-3 times. Don't just put it down now. Get the air out of it pretty quick if the situation is diffused, because you don't want it going off and hitting another or blowing an O-ring and then you can't use it. So just, take caution with doing that. Hey Wade, whatever they call it. Any special instructions in installing? That was do you need to grease the threads before? It does not say you need to. I tried it on one of them and it leaked. That was the one I did. But then I just didn't grease any threads. But what I do is I unscrew the chamber cap. That's the other thing. You got to oil this thing all the time. So I unscrew the little cap now and I drop 3 or 4 drops of oil down there every shooting session. And if I'm using CO2 especially, and I drop one on the CO2 port in the CO2 nipple when I put it in there. So you always got to put oil. I put oil in the back. There are holes in there when you unscrew the cap. And if you run an HPA, I would say after every bottle that you shoot, I would drop some silicone oil down in there too, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. So Brandon says, don't mess with the threads. Don't put any lubricant, anything. Just screw it in and see what happens. If it gives you a problem, throw the O-ring on there like I did, and it should work fine. You won't have any issues. Just screw it in and go, and make sure you crank down on it. So it's cool. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to cut it short, go down and hang out with the old lady for a bit. And I'll talk to you guys next week, God willing. Stay safe. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. God bless.